going on, YouTube, social media world? It's your boy AnonymousBased, and on biggity back with a new reaction video. This time I'm here with something brand new from It's Complicated. But before we get into it, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and give this video a like. Share with a couple of your friends. Make sure you follow me on all my social media sites. And if you got something specific, go ahead and drop it in that comment section. So we are here with something new from It's Complicated, man. Shout out to you, bro. And the name of this video is called Masculine and Feminine Presenting. Rules of Modern Dating and Understanding Women. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. This one's going to be interesting. I'm going to see how much capping is going to be going on.
Who do you perceive to be more feminine? Straight women or gay men?
Oh, depends on the situation, but my mind goes gay men immediately.
Why is that?
I think Hollywood has shown us that. Hollywood has portrayed the gay man as flamboyant, gay best friend, shopaholic. So in my mind, I think coffee, I think Starbucks, I think cheeseburger, I think McDonald's, I think gay man, I think Hollywood best friend, girlier than me.
Gay men definitely, they take the cake. Because they're trying too hard. They're trying to be feminine. And women are already feminine. So it's an act. And I mean, it's not... It's an act.
That's interesting.
Because they have to act like a woman.
Who do you perceive to be more masculine? Straight men or butch lesbians?
Straight men.
Why is that?
Again, it's kind of perception. It's what Hollywood has told us, what society has told us. But I think straight man, and I think caveman type, adjusting his whatnots in public. Butch lesbian is like the android version of a straight man.
What does it mean to be masculine or feminine?
I think that's changing. Perception is changing. I think any gender can be feminine or masculine. I don't think there's terms on it necessarily, parameters.
What is the difference between masculine and feminine energy?
Oh, that's a good question.
What?
Whatever the style assignment, think ASOS. A dress for any occasion, think ASOS. Accessories.
Oh, so that's how you pronounce that, ASOS. Okay.
That's a you question, yes.
Alright, feminine energy is more like accepting, I would say, like more engulfing, and like masculine energy is more like take charge, I would say.
I would say feminine energy reminds me of like, I think of the color pink. I don't know why. Okay.
Let's see. Masculine, I think, for me, would be someone who looks like they have a big build, or either they're actually acting like a man and actually taking care of themselves like a man and their family like a man. Now, feminine could be both, and it doesn't mean that, actually it could go both ways, because now I was just telling someone, like, I don't want to be a man. I don't want to be tough, but I have to be because I don't have a guy.
Why can feminine be both, but masculine can't?
That's what I'm saying.
Because men will probably, even if they're not gay, sometimes they will, you know, see stuff from a woman's point of view if they are in tune with themselves. And a lot of men who protect women understand femininity.
When two lesbians go out on a date, who pays?
The one who asked the other one on a date.
When two lesbians go out on a date, who pays?
Both of them. Or the one who argues less.
When two lesbians go out on a date, they often hold the door open for each other and split the bill. Why is it as soon as a man is involved, he suddenly has to do all the work?
I think that just goes back to like being a man, you know, like we're considered the providers, and as a man you're expected to take care of a woman.
I think that's just society norms. I mean, he opens the door for me and I let it, and I like it like that. I just think it's the role you want to take. In some gay relationships, somebody's always dominant, whoever wants to be more dominant or wants to feel that. I think, and that still goes back to like men and women.
Why is there more flexibility with gender roles in a same-sex relationship than there is in a heterosexual relationship?
Well, in the sense of that, I think it's more flexibility because in a same-sex relationship, you do have like more than likely, like, you know, the other person is really understanding what the other person wants. So in a situation like that or a relationship like that, you understand what the other person's want or what they're looking for. So you do understand just a little bit more. Instead of that, do you have anything to say?
I think it's more flexible because that's just being gay. You can be whatever the fuck you want to be.
When a woman says she's tired of dating men, why do they often end up dating a woman who looks and acts like a man?
Maybe they still want the masculine energy, but they want to try different
You
genitalia.
can't replace the real thing,
Why
man.
wouldn't a woman just prefer to date a feminine man than a masculine woman?
Uh-oh.
Because if they still want that masculine energy, a feminine man may not have a lot of masculine
Often
energy.
imitated,
may
but
not
never
have more
duplicated.
masculine energy than a masculine woman, if that's what they're desiring.
Because with women, you get more of an emotional concept. Women are gorgeous. I mean, have you seen women? We have all of the parts that men lack. And even though I may dress and act like a man, I may be the one to open the doors and pay for dinner, I'm still a woman deep down. I still have the emotional depth. We could sit all night for 8 hours completely naked and talk about our feelings, and nobody's sexualizing the other person. We're just being sensual with each other. You lack that with a man.
Don't a lot of men have the parts that women lack?
Yes, but I can attach my parts and choose their size.
If women are always right,
Hey, she
how do
got a
lesbians
point.
settle arguments?
Got a point. Wait, what?
Sexualizing the other person. We're just being sensual with each other. You lack that with a man.
Don't a lot of men have the parts that women lack?
Yes, but I can attach my parts and choose their size.
If women are always right, how do lesbians settle arguments?
Ooh.
The more masculine one has to take the L always.
Can you say it again? I couldn't hear that.
The more masculine one has to take the L always.
What does that mean?
That they have to like.
That's interesting.
Just like please like the more feminine to just like get along like yeah like okay babe like you're right, you know.
Just to de-escalate the situation, I guess.
Why would anyone want to be the more masculine one when the more feminine one just gets to show up and be spoiled?
Ooh.
I honestly have no control over that.
If a woman is bisexual, does she hold her girlfriend to the same standards she holds a man to?
She should.
But
Why
they don't.
would any woman want to be the more dominant one when the submissive one gets to show up and be spoiled?
Because dominance has its own things. People like dominance like to be dominant because they get something from it, just like a submissive person does.
What do you get?
From being dominant, I get spoiled just as much. I get to see the joy on my person's face when I do things like open doors and buy dinner and help out around the house. It surprises them, and I love it. I love serving my person. Dominance, really, you think submission is serving, but dominance is serving.
If women are always right, how do lesbians settle arguments?
Rock, paper, scissors, and I mean that in the most literal way.
Do you believe in the concept of gaydar?
Yes.
What are the characteristics of a closeted gay person?
Ooh, for the boys' side, if he listens to Cher and Madonna, 100%. I don't care if he wears pink, that's not a tell. But if he listens to Cher, if he's gonna watch Mamma
where'd
Mia
you
with
find this?
He's gay.
Okay.
What about for women?
If they're checking me out.
There really isn't any way to tell someone's gay without.
What do I want?
It's pretty good so far.
I want to know myself.
And I want you
BetterHelp
off my
makes
screen with that
possible.
septum piercing.
Them being like behaviorally different. Like I can tell that like someone is gay by like the way that they walk, you know? Or like if they're wearing something like I'm wearing, like I'm bisexual and like I want people to know that. So like I'm not gonna wear like a typical like straight male like alpha male outfit, you know, like I'm gonna like present to the world that like, hey, like I'm bisexual, you know? So like yeah, so like
And you say like a lot
it's in,
too.
like the behavior, like the mannerisms of speech, clothing wear.
Why are gay people more aware of how their clothes and behavior present to the world than the straight women who complain that revealing clothing shouldn't get them unwanted attention?
Ooh.
Huh. That's a confusing question.
You want to explain it, or do you don't understand it?
I guess I understand.
What I'm saying is like, okay, if you're A lot of gay men will dress a certain way because they want to let people know that they're gay or bisexual.
Yeah.
They wear
Right.
like kind of feminine-looking clothes, right?
Definitely,
A
yeah.
lot of butch lesbians will like smoke cigars and like get a certain haircut that presents them as more masculine, so people know that they're more of a okay.
Yeah.
So your image matters.
Yeah.
Okay, your image matters.
Definitely.
So
Good
once
point.
again, why are gay people more aware of how their clothes and behavior present to the world than the straight women who complain that revealing clothing shouldn't get them unwanted attention?
Well, because if you're gay, and let's say like you're a guy, and you want to be perceived as a woman, then naturally you have to dress more feminine. You know what I mean? And then for women who are always dressed a certain way, or that's their typical way of dressing, they feel like they shouldn't have to be bothered because that's how they should be dressed. You know what I mean?
Doesn't your image define who you are?
To an extent. To an extent. So if I'm like sagging my pants and I have like a flag on my back pocket, like you're gonna know like, okay, that dude's a gangbanger. But if I don't wear a belt that day and my pants are sagging, then maybe my pants are just low today. You know what I mean?
A few years ago, everybody agreed on simple principles, like gender, for example. All of a sudden, these ideas became complicated, controversial, and...
Look, here we go. Here we go with the septum piercing. It's the first one I done seen in a while, man. So with that...
You know what I mean?
A few years ago, everybody agreed on simple principles, like gender, for example. All of a sudden, these ideas became complicated, controversial, and sometimes downright confrontational. What do you think happened?
Feminism.
I think that it was like people not being upset that other people don't feel the same way that they do.
That's
that
a
might fall
feminine
into
thing.
the entitlement category. I don't know. I think that might be entitlement of, I want to be special. I mean, gay rights has made huge
Which
leaps
is a
and
feminine
bounds.
thing.
And, if you want to do whatever you want to do with your sexuality and in your life, and that's fine. And if you want to be treated equal as everyone else, that's cool too. But I don't, necessarily agree with having to put all these labels on all this craziness. Like, that doesn't make sense. You're either a male or female. Like, I'm not a doctor, but it's pretty easy to tell.
Do you think it's okay to label people?
No, not at all.
If it's wrong to label people, why do some people get offended if you don't refer to them with the right pronouns? Isn't that labeling people?
Direct contradiction. Direct contradiction.
You label and you refer to people the way they would like to be labeled and referred to. You don't give them labels yourself. You know what I'm saying?
But you're giving yourself a label.
They're labeling themselves. Like, if they get upset that we're not saying the right things, they can just let us know. And, then we'll tell them the right things. But,
that's
if
still
we
a
don't
label.
know what they are, then we're just going to assume what we see,
I kind of got to ask you this question because I think it's funny. In the acronym LGBTQ, how do they decide which letter came first?
I think that maybe is women's entitlement for the Lesbian Women's Act. I don't know.
So could it be?
That sounds cool. So I don't know if QLBT sounds very cool.
So could it be because ladies first?
Very, very well could be. Ladies are always first, though. That's never going to change if you're a gentleman.
Could it be because ladies first?
Yes.
Could it have been settled in an arm wrestling tournament?
Probably rock, paper, scissors.
Why didn't lesbians claim the G for themselves?
Because we didn't think of it.
Aren't all lesbians gay, but not all gays are lesbian?
Damn, bro.
Oh.
You're not wrong.
Oh.
A hetero man has this logic. You're not wrong.
Aren't all lesbians gay, but not all gays are lesbian?
Yeah, but lesbian is, specifically for women, and gay is, for men and women, but, lesbian is for the women.
Why not just combine the G and the L into an H for homosexual, or just get rid of the L?
There we go.
Different strokes for different folks, man. I don't know.
Can't get around
Why
the
not
logic.
just combine the G and the L into an H for homosexual?
You know what? That would be inclusive. I think we can look at that. Maybe it's in the gay constitution. We can make some amendments.
Or maybe just get rid of the L.
Hang on now. Hang on. Let us not be forgotten on the day after Pride Month.
Why do women seem to bond better with gay men?
Because I think women relate to gay men more because gay men are typically feminine. So I feel like they relate to each other. They have common interests.
If gay men love men and aren't controlled by pussy power, why are they more likely to support women's issues than men's issues?
Because every woman has a gay best friend for the most part, or somebody in their life.
Nah, that ain't the question.
Why are women so welcoming of the gay community, yet so quick to shame a man as gay when they don't get what they want?
That's what I said. That's exactly what I say.
That's a great question. I don't know.
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
What do you
I have
think?
an answer for that.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Gotcha, bitch. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Why are women
Happens
so
all the
welcoming
time.
of the gay community?
Happens all the
The
time.
women-to-women discussions are a safe space for friends and I to discuss how we've owned
Community, yet so quick to shame a man as gay when they don't get what they want.
Yo, who's hold on? Whose man's is that in the background?
That's a good question.
That's a great question.
What do you
I have
think?
an answer for that.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Okay. Why are
Whose
women
mans is that
so
in the background?
welcoming of the gay community, yet so quick to shame a man as gay when they don't get what they want?
Who does that?
Well, a
Black
lot of women
women.
will attack a man's masculinity when they don't get what they want.
Black
oh,
women
okay,
do
I
it.
understand what you're saying. Okay, so if they're their friends, they're probably not going to want to hurt their feelings. But if it's someone that you're dealing with, you want to tell them the truth. And you want to make sure that they understand what you want.
A few years ago, everybody agreed on simple principles, like gender, for example. All of a sudden, these issues became complicated, controversial, and sometimes downright confrontational. What do you think happened?
The world is becoming more, like I said, it's like more people are being indulgent and the laws are changing for one. You have a lot of people that are out of the closet and it's a lot of media. There's a lot of television that shows and promotes it. I mean, be gay if you want to be gay, but we don't have to see it on every show and pretty much it's everywhere. It's just being thrown into people's faces, even the kids. I was at a book reading and they had a drag queen there and that's just not cool.
So you feel like it's an agenda that's being pushed?
Absolutely.
If a person can identify as whatever they want, why does your identity even matter in the first place?
It doesn't.
So then why do so many people talk about how important their identity is?
I don't know, and they shouldn't. They just shouldn't. I just feel like we are just all one alive being, and it's like.
You ever heard of identity politics?
No.
Identity politics means I deserve special treatment because I'm a woman, or because I'm gay, or because I'm black, or this or that.
Yeah.
Why does that matter?
It shouldn't matter.
But it certainly does.
But it does,
certainly
though.
does.
That's exactly what our politics are today.
Because people want to be what they are at the time that is convenient. Like, I may
good
be
one.
black and gay, but if I need to be black at the moment, I will be black. But if I need to be gay at the moment, I need to be gay.
Good
or if
point.
I'm white and I want to be white at the moment, I will be white.
Good
if I wanna
point.
be gay
Damn,
at the moment, I'll
son,
be gay.
where'd you find this?
So you can't, that's why they feel like that.
Good
because they
point.
want to be able to choose whichever one is going to get them what they want.
Right, but isn't that just manipulative and disingenuous?
Absolutely.
So how do you trust and respect those people?
You have to actually know who you're talking to. If they're doing it like that, then you don't trust them because they're wishy-washy and they can sway.
Good point. Excellent. All right. Shout out to It's Complicated for coming through with the fire compilation of street interviews called Masculine and Feminine Presenting. All right. So first impressions of me watching this for the first time. This one was definitely a good compilation of interviews. This was a very diverse panel of people. Interesting perspectives. Not a whole lot of lying and capping going on. Not a lot of disingenuous arguments and statements in this one. This one was very, very informative in terms of other people's perspectives and opinions. And also, I like the different variations of responses that came as a result of the questioning. Now, with this one, he did get him a little bit. He did catch them a little bit to where they couldn't answer right away. But overall, I think this one was really, really good because I got to hear a lot of different points and perspectives that I hadn't heard before in terms of how the questions were being answered. Now, I definitely was excited about his line of questioning because the way you were posing the questions, man, it was really, really good to where it triggered something that they hadn't thought of before. And this is why I love watching videos like this because it's very thought provoking and it draws you into the conversation and it makes you want to engage with the person because now you're in a position to where your beliefs are being challenged in a way that doesn't upset you and in a way that's informative, and it gives you a chance to open up and really expose who you really are deep on the inside from a mental and an emotional perspective. Definitely like this one. I seen the one lesbian chick on here before. She was on a compilation before, and she was a really good sport about it. She was really engaging. She really gave good responses, and you can tell that she was really genuinely interested in the conversation. Now for this one, I didn't see or hear any disingenuous arguments, no insults, no sign language, none of that stuff. This compilation of people, these people were really down to earth. They were really friendly. They were really easy to get along with. You didn't have any crazy interruptions. You didn't have people trying to disrupt the flow of the conversation and trying to just ruin the interview. You didn't have people that were attention seeking and trying to be extra. This one was really down to earth, really laid back. This one was really easy to watch. And I wish it was longer. I wish it was longer. Although, you know, we can't always get what we want. But overall, this was a great compilation of interviews. I want to shout out to everybody that participated in this. I wish you guys all the best, man. And you made for a great compilation of content. So once again, shout out to It's Complicated, man. You never disappoint me, sir. And with that being said, that's pretty much my reaction, man. So if you like the video, go ahead and give this video a like. Share with a couple of your friends. Make sure you follow me on all my social media sites. And if you got something specific, go ahead and drop it in that comment section, man. It's your boy AnonymousBased. Peace.